Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Time is But a Window. Today we're going to do a little twist on the player analysis series. This one's actually going to be aimed towards silver elites, because that's what the person we're watching's rank is, and how to get out of silver. I'm going to try to do one for gold as well, and so on and so forth, to help you guys move up through the rankings. Anyways, let's start this. Now, first tip that I'm going to give you guys, because I did watch the beginning of this first round, and you can see he doesn't move. He's just staying here. Meanwhile, his teammates are going up there. Pistol round is the most important round of the game. It can count for 6 rounds if you win both pistol rounds. That's quite a few, and that's before you have any true economy. So 6 rounds out of a total 16 rounds that you need is basically, well, you know, more than 1/3 of the game. Alright guys, now you can see that he's peeking out very wide right here, looking up towards stairs. He's trying to get this pick, but he doesn't really need to, because look where the bomb is planted, okay? The bomb is planted right here, and he can see it. You can see it right here. He can kind of just play back over here. You could even play over here if he wants, but I would honestly play on the ramp here, since the bomb is planted for him, and his teammate is in sight. Now they can kind of work off of each other. His other teammate's all the way back here, and he should be playing over here by stairs. And then they kind of all have eyes on the bomb, and the CTs will be overwhelmed, being shot from all angles. Also, one thing that he is doing, which probably won't really go into until later, since at this rank I don't think it's as big of a deal because people don't hit their shots as well. You don't need to come this far out when you're peeking stuff. I realize right now he's peeking up towards stairs, but he also was peeking out this far earlier. See? He's just kind of fighting out in the open, and he's not close to the wall, so it's going to take him a couple steps to get back, which means that there's a good chance that if someone sees him and can actually hit that shot, he's going to get traded out. Alright, so let's discuss what went wrong here. First of all, his teammate bought in a Gev. Not sure if that's going to work out for most people in silver, but it definitely won't work out at the higher ranks, and that's mainly what you're trying to achieve here, is getting to the higher ranks. Okay, also you can see that they had 1 pistol round, and well, the suspect guy here, he only bought head armor, and he's got this silenced USP, which again is not actually a viable option, honestly. The pistol is not that great. It's hard enough to 1-tap someone in the face, and when they have head armor, you're going to have to 2-tap, and if they're at far enough range, possibly 3-tap someone. Probably should want to go with something like a ump, because the ump does quite a bit of damage at medium and pretty long range. It's not super accurate at long range, and also what they should probably try to do is split this, so they're sending at least 2 guys balcony and 3 guys up ramp if they're going to be taking it together. Alright guys, on this next round I want to go over something pretty basic here. He's in good positioning right now behind this. Actually, it's not even a bad idea to play 2 guys back here, because you can kind of juke it out if you have 1 guy hiding behind here and 1 guy just kind of, in a sense, baiting the guys coming out from market. But anyways, the problem here is where the bomb is implanted. It's behind the pillar over here to the right, and while it's not easily spotted when people are planning, because you can't really be seen from, you know, the window over here or over here, it is kind of a bad position because you can't really see it yourself if you're over here at bench, if you're over here on cat, if you're in B halls. It's really hard to keep your eye on it. So it's better to plant either here for catwalk, where it can be seen from bench and catwalk and B halls, or over here where it can be seen from B halls, and you know, catwalk can't see it too well, but bench can easily come out and see it. Alright, so 1 guy with an AWP just picked his teammate in middle, and he's actually kind of out in the open here. He's moving his way up to watch cat. 1 guy pushes up mid. That was a really bad push from that CT, once he knows that the terrorists do have mid secured like that, especially since his teammate had spotted it out. He should not have pushed up like that. Okay, so he's pretty much checked this site, knows it's very clear. Meanwhile, his teammate actually is making his way over towards B, which is a terrible idea. Basically, it's very important to be aware of what your teammates are doing, and if you have a clear sight, you want to redirect the bomb back over to it. Look at the time. He's got plenty of time to do so. But instead, as you can see, he committed to the site. Instead of holding this angle from up close, where he's at right now, the suspect here, you want to be back here where Mikey's at this wall, kind of just peeking the corner. Okay, it's a much better angle. It allows you to fall back too. The guy with the bomb, best bet is to plant over here, because we do have a guy up here in Palace, which is actually one of the greatest spots you can be when you're playing the bomb. And he can be sitting back here, and he can just be watching back, watching his flank, having the other guy set up. 1 guy over here towards CT spawn, and the other guy either in sight if he wants, firebox if he wants, or even if he's going to be playing from jungle, he can technically do that because they do have the setup crossfire here regardless. So even if he wants to go for the cheeky kill, it would probably be fine. Now, the main thing is this guy is going to be listening for this area over here because at some point they're not going to be able to just fully walk right in. And he's going to be watching over here in case they try to flank him, because if he dies, then it's very unhelpful at this point, right? Now, I do want to remind people, because they haven't really been smoking things off, but what you really want to do is if you're going to be taking the A site, make sure to try to smoke off ticket booth over here, and you want to smoke off either the top of this, the top of stairs, or just here that'll smoke off connector and jungle. Because if you smoke off, and I mean you can smoke off all three too, that totally works well. The reason that you want to smoke off this is because if there's a sniper here, you don't have to worry about fighting him to get out. And you want to smoke off here because it can also prevent a sniper being in window room or a sniper being over by connector from seeing you and not allowing you to get out. It also allows your teammates to cross up into sight. And as for over here, I mean, the only place he can be is on top of the ticket booth, which kind of limits his position, so you know exactly where to look when you're coming out for that guy on that side. And you do have to worry about this, but that actually can be Molotoved off with your guys coming up from Palace. Drop one down here, and they might have to push out, and then you just have to check towards sight, check firebox, and always check this other side of firebox. Now, when you're going up middle and going to make your way up cat, it's very important to make sure to smoke off the window room and to make sure to smoke off the connector so you don't get picked from it. Alright guys, so this is the first round of the second half, so you can see that they're buying up pistols and such. Now, I just wanted to go over some pretty basic stuff right here. Mostly, especially at this rank, as well as through most of the ranks going up, you just want to get armor. It's probably the easiest setup to have, and because if you get tagged you're inaccurate, it's one of the most helpful things to have. Now, another thing you could go with is making sure you have a kit and possibly a flash, or even, you know, if your teammate buys armor and you know he's a really great shot, you could buy him an upgraded pistol. Now, as for pistols on terrorist side, whereas the Glock is a little bit inconsistent, the Tech 9 is a solid choice if you're going to buy someone a pistol, and the other solid choice would be a P250, but I would recommend to stay away from the Deagle on pistol round. Now, on the CT side, it's a little bit different story. It's better to just buy up armor and make sure you hit those one-taps with the USP, since it has significantly longer range and can one-tap from far farther than any of the other pistols. That is with the exception of the R8 and the Deagle, which are highly unadvised. Now, as far as basic pistol round setup, or even regular round for that matter, I like to play a guy over here by ticket booth. That way he can just kind of pop towards heads, and if he's not hitting anything, he can fall back down the stairs and shoot the planner, planning over here or planning over here. It kind of makes this whole part of the site kind of hard for the terrorists to kind of take. So they're usually planning over here, and because, as you can see, the rotation is going to be coming in, this guy will be able to get some easy shots over towards anyone who tries to plan over here, and of course the guy over in window room should be able to do that. As for the other guy on the A site, he could either be playing underneath balcony or in sight behind typical plant box, or even at connector just watching Palace. In ideal conditions, when you don't know what the other team is going to do, you'll probably want to set up two guys B, one on cat, one over here spotting it. You can fall back to inside sight over here or over here, and the guy on cat can, you know, turn around, pivot, shoot at these guys, make his way back over here and use that wall if he needs to until his teammates can rotate over if they come towards B. Now, how good is Firebox in this situation? It's usually more predictable, so I like that this guy actually moved out, though he went way out into the open. I would have stayed around that bomb plant area, just juking around those boxes as long as I could have. Okay, so here we can see the suspect is making his way up catwalk. It looks like his teammate's going to be following him, so his teammate's going to come a little bit later. They have a guy going through B halls, which is good. A flank is always nice. He should be able to get a pick here, or maybe catch someone by surprise if they're not watching it. And they got one guy over here in CT spawn. He's going to have to rotate through market. Now, there are two guys pushed aggressive in market. I have a feeling this guy is going to be able to get one kill and get traded. Meanwhile, these two guys that are coming up have a lot of risk on them, because this guy deciding to come this way instead of coming through here with his teammate, he can't get that second trade kill. so that this guy gets traded. Then this guy's supposed to, the other guy, if he came this way, would have been able to trade this guy, and this guy would be coming up catwalk as this guy's coming through here to take a little bit of the pressure off of this guy over here, so he just has to get his 1-for-1 as this guy gets his 1-for-1 and this guy side swipes. That would have been the best situation. Now, by the way, there is 5 guys in sight, so it is a hard retake regardless. I mean, they have 4 on 5. They're already set up in sight. They don't have to go anywhere. And, well, because of that, it's going to be a difficult retake. So you got a nice little pick here in the middle. He knows that his teammate has been killed from underpass, so he's going to peek it. Now he's going to try to go for the re-peek. He's got 28 health. Going for the re-peek isn't a great idea, but he's able to get it. Honestly, that ump would still tear away his health in no time. Guy just has to hit a couple of his shots. And, you know, maybe 2 bullets. This is actually pretty good. Let's look at it. So we got Mikey over here. He's playing out in the open right now, but I have a feeling he's just going to be playing over here by stairs, watching towards Palace, and the suspects, you know, watching over here towards A ramp. Meanwhile, Hurricane's got an AWP, I think, in middle. Yeah. And he's watching mid, and then they got their 2 rifles over here towards B, one of which is going to be playing, I want to say that he's going to be probably playing like over here by sight, and the other guy should go up to cat. He accidentally shot at his teammate, but that happens. Okay, so he's been smoked off. He has 2 choices. He can try to jump up over the top and try to shoot this guy, or he can just stay back. But his main, most important purpose is to make sure this guy can't take control of CT spawn, because if the guy can, then all of a sudden it opens up a can of worms for his team. So smoke's fading. This guy's over to the right, spots him out, takes a shot. He does connect with him, and his teammate's able to finish him off from connector. Last guy's over there at jungle, so the suspect's going to try to defuse. A smoke goes on him. That was really great play, and Hurricane's able to finish off the final guy. So that's it for this demo, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys find this helpful? Would you like me to go into more detail about it? I wanted to kind of leave it pretty light so that it was just, you know, to move up from one rank to the next, and then what you would need to move up from gold to the AK ranks and so on and so forth. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and have a great day.